Welcome to Minor League TV, your reality TV playback podcast. I'm Rachel.
I'm Maddie.
And we're the Reality Boys. And we've got our producer / coach Chelsea in the room with us tonight.
What's up?
What's up, Chelsea?
This season, we're breaking down Summer House.
And today, we are going to uncover Carl Radke's personality through the show Summer House and his debut memoir, Cake Eater. Ooh, folks, can't wait to get into that. What a treat for us.
Yeah, to actually be, we recorded this episode.
We did
already, and now we get to do it with the full picture.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, Carl Radke painting in broad strokes, you might say.
Before we get into it,
yeah,
I have to talk about Heated Rivalry.
And I wish you would.
I know it's so, everyone's talking about it, but okay, you watched the first episode only.
I'm on episode 1. As of this record, I'm on episode 1.
I would argue that that's my least favorite episode.
Okay.
They come in strong with the sex stuff.
She goes, sex.
Which is very fun.
Yeah.
But these actors, I think they're so good. Especially, I don't know their names in real life.
And you don't need to.
But the Russian guy, Ilya, is from Texas. He learned Russian in 2 weeks after getting the role. Yeah. You're not impressed?
No, I think
you hate them.
No, yeah, and I don't like gay people either. So no, I think it's incredible. I was actually, I'm going. Yes, please tell me. That's fucking insane.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about how Katya was talking about the show as well. Yeah, and she was like, he did a whole monologue in Russian, and I was like, that's crazy. So yeah,
unbelievable. And then they just have such good chemistry. And I was watching it with Brent, and Brent was like reluctant. You know, he's like a romance show, not into it. By like the 5th episode, we were both kicking our feet, squealing, and he kept being like, they're so cute. They're so cute.
Yeah. Like, by the end of the show, Brent goes, love wins. I'm really excited for it. Actually, everyone in my office has been talking about it, which I'm like, are we legally allowed to be doing this? Because after watching episode 1, I was like, I think I need to close my blinds while I watch this program. Yeah. Like, it's hot and horny and I'm very into it. But I was like, I don't know that we can talk about this program in public in such a way.
No, I love the sex stuff I don't hate. That's not why episode 1's my least favorite. It's just that they build the characters so much that it just keeps getting better.
The pilot's always so hard to be like, and this was so, because, you know, you got a lot to establish. And I have some friends who were like, we're doing a Heated Rivalry watch party where they've already watched the entire show. And they were like, we're going to watch it in the order we think it should be watched in, which was like episode 1, then episode 3, then 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or whatever. And I was like, okay, as long as I still understand the program, that's fine. So
I think the order it came out in
potentially by our next record, I will have watched all of Heated Rivalry. Yeah. I will walk in with my hand down my pants.
I was like, Brent, do you feel like
turn on?
Yeah. Does that like make you horny? And he was like, no.
Does it make you horny?
Kind of like it's hot people having sex.
It makes me horny. Yeah. Chelsea?
I haven't watched. I can't speak to it yet.
Okay.
You haven't thought about 2 men kissing?
I mean, I've thought about it, but you're asking, does Heated Rivalry make me horny?
Does 2 men kissing make you horny? Hot men?
Not innately.
She hates men. Yeah. Maddie?
I guess I would say not innately. It depends on, like, I think both these guys are real hot.
Yeah.
And like I said, they have such good chemistry that I'm like, they're having some hot sex. I keep going like this, like a bro, to trying to offset
like, dude,
me cold sweating talking about this.
Do we think that's what men do when they watch porn? They just do that?
Yeah, they sit next to each other and they're like,
bro, this rules.
Yeah. Holes are tight and wet. Yeah, I think 2 hot men kissing is hot.
Yeah, it is hot.
I think that's why I was like, I have to close my blinds when I watch this, because for me to jack off privately for once,
for
once, not leave my blinds open all the time. Well, I love that you've been watching scripted content.
Thanks.
I think that's really good. I think that's very good and healthy.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think about it.
I certainly will.
Everyone. Yeah.
Everyone write in. I've been watching Real Housewives Beverly Hills.
Okay.
From season 1.
How's that going?
Really good. Really good, really satisfying. I keep calling it the ancient texts. I'm going back to the ancient texts because so many like memes and moments originated from that franchise that it's like great to watch them unfold as they did. I just watched the scene where Sheena Shea has a conversation that started Vanderpump Rules, right? Where we're watching Vanderpump Rules. We see Sheena Shea have this conversation with Brandy Glanville, is her name, who Sheena fucked her husband.
Right.
And
that's
Sheena's
like episode 1 or 2 of,
I'm pretty sure it's how the show starts, where it's like they have this conversation, Brandy leaves, and then on Real Housewives, we like keep watching Brandy. And then Vanderpump Rules starts where Sheena walks back like through the kitchen. Oh. And that's how Vanderpump Rules starts.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I just watched that from the Housewives POV. Crazy. I mean, the audacity of Sheena to be like, Lisa, I just really think I should have a conversation with her. And it's like the woman whose husband you fucked, to be like, I guess I'm sorry I fucked your husband, but he made me think he loved me. And then what's Brandy supposed to do? Be like, yeah, girl.
Never to defend Sheena. But I think in her book, she says that Lisa tells her to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because I think Lisa and producers had decided, which of course, like the background of that. But I do think Sheena was like, this is my chance. Which like, of course.
Well, yeah, because I guess Sheena also sold the story of her fucking Brandy's husband to like All Access or something. So, but man, it's also great to watch Lisa Vanderpump just be like, you have been who you are from the, like, she's so
you
smart.
Like her on this.
Love her. Love her. She is the epitome of like water off a duck's back. And I think that it is just being so rich. You just are like, I actually don't have any problems. And it's funny to watch her get like kind of mad because you never really see her get really hurt or frustrated. And even on Housewives, she's like, and I was kind of hurt that she would say something like that. And you're like, is that you being hurt?
Is that just being British maybe? Like that's just what Brits feel. Yeah, that's the depth of their emotion.
It could be that.
That one was tough for me.
Yeah. it's literally that. And you're like, all right, well, yeah, I guess I have to take you at your word for it. I love her and Ken. Her and her husband Ken, Lisa and Ken, they're very cute.
Ken is so cute.
I just watched an episode where he put up a swing in their backyard, like from one of their trees, and she was like, when I was in my 20s, he used to push me on a swing.
Rachel, I have to tell you, your Lisa Vanderpump is really good. I didn't know this about you.
It's because I've watched so much.
I know so much about you, and it's really special to learn something new.
Are you saying my other British impressions are not good?
This one is just exceptional.
I feel like your voice sounds like her.
Yeah, like the tone, everything.
She's quite soft-spoken, so I think it's easy. Today in my office.
No, it's not easy. Maddie, you try. I'm going to try too. Okay. I'm not just making you.
When I was in my 20s, he used to push me on a swing.
This is good.
Like, that just sounds like a British person.
Yeah, yours. I'm not good at accents. This is really vulnerable. Whew, okay. When I was 20, he pushed me on a swing. I'm so bad at accents.
You were doing like a chimney sweep.
I was like, you might as well have gone, please, sir, may I have some more?
It's because I've been listening to the Lily Allen album too much.
Okay, don't blame it on Miss Lily Allen.
Anyway.
Do a Lily Allen.
No.
Okay.
That was as much vulnerability as I had in me.
Oh my God. Today in my office, someone came up to me who I didn't want to speak to, and I did a British accent to get out of it. I don't know. And then I did
like, I don't understand.
I went, what's this? And then I walked away, and then we were doing some like basketball betting on sports, some light sports betting in my office. No, I'm kidding, legally speaking. And I was like just proud of my coworkers for like putting something together, doing a little team bonding thing. And so I stood in the back and I went, thanks for the coach. And my manager turned around and he went, is that why I kept hearing a British accent today? And I was like, guilty. And that's an unfortunate part about me that I have to accept. That
now
like
you're just doing a British accent.
Every new person I meet will have to learn at some point that I will often slip into a British accent. And
I would like you to start slipping into Lisa Vanderpump more often.
Because she's sexy.
Yeah, and
that
really
was so good.
Yeah. I just have to sound rich.
I need the girls to be sexy for the calendar.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's really it. Okay, we're Lisa Vanderpump now. I need the girls to be sexy for the calendar.
It's so good.
Oh my God. I can't wait to watch this back and be like, why did we do this bit for so long?
Hello.
Okay, I think it's time.
Wait,
ooh.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no.
Before we end, I just remembered that I found out recently that Brandy Glanville's husband is Eddie Cibrian, or was Eddie Cibrian.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that being like a huge scandal in the early 2000s when he cheated on her with Leanne Rimes?
Yes. I remember hearing about
all
it.
of this coming together for me. I was like, and Sheena's involved?
And Sheena's involved.
Married to Leanne Rimes.
Yeah, they're
right?
still together.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
and I think he like fucked one of her other friends too or something. I know. There were a lot of other women, as so she told Sheena. Sheena was like, I went with him to Mammoth. And Brandy was like, I know, on my boat. I got invited and then uninvited. Yeah, it's great, you guys. I'm like, I need you to watch it. It's actually so good.
I will tell Maddie, I watched the first 2 episodes of Vanderpump. So I might be following in your footsteps of the Vanderpump journey.
I need to continue then.
Where are you?
Season 4.
Oh,
the first season with Lala. Just
got it.
Yeah. Okay,
I love her.
If you're doing it, I got it.
I might. I only watched the first 2, but I'm like, I think I should keep going.
Yeah.
Chelsea's deep into Salt Lake City.
But I'm on season 6 now, so I'm about to be done.
But yeah, so anyway, all that to say, we've been really busy over here. Been really busy in our time off. But I do think it's time now to call up Carl Radke from the bullpen.
We are going to be taking a look at who Carl is. We have seen we've seen 9 seasons of Carl.
Yeah.
And I think we both have talked about how we kind of still feel like we don't know him.
Yeah, Carl ended up being like a big question mark to both of us.
Yeah. And now we have his book as another like text to look at.
Yeah, source material.
Yeah.
Another layer of Carl.
And I think we're both still feeling like we need to
We're gonna
explore.
examine.
Yeah.
I think, do you want to read through the playbook?
Yes.
And then just so the listeners know, we have a little playbook of like, here's how we've seen Carl through the seasons of Summer House. And then we're going to ask some questions to see if we can figure out points in the show where we saw Carl really have a strong personality in a way that we think makes him a memorable cast member.
Yeah. Well put.
Thanks.
Okay. So Carl's playbook. Carl season 1 and 2, he comes on as Kyle's friend, comes into the house as like big drinker, big womanizer, handsome new guy. He's really good friends with Steven. In season 2, he has his like issues with Steven and his sexuality is questioned, which is a big storyline. Carl season 3 to 4 is still drunk.
Drunk, red nose.
Is that really?
Yeah, because he's on so much coke.
I kind of didn't clock that. I don't know if I've said this on the show, really bad at knowing when people are on drugs. Can't tell.
It's something that like I feel kind of after the fact you're like, oh yeah, you're just so messed up.
Yeah.
Kind of the same way you watch Jax and you're like, that was crazy. And then 5 hours later you're like, oh yeah, he was so drunk and high. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, rehabbing his fuckboy image in seasons 3 and 4. Carl season 5, quarantine. He's semi-sober, beefy Carl. Carl season 6, first season of sober Carl. Seasons 7 and 8, Lindsay Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Season 7, he and Lindsay get engaged. Season 8, they're in the house together. She's drinking. They're fighting a lot. Season 9, he is single in the house with pregnant Lindsay and sober. And that's his journey.
Yeah.
In the Summer House.
That's Carl's journey on the show.
Yeah.
So I think we'll talk about different moments that we looked to see where Carl had like a big personality or even just like where he made a choice. I think that was a lot of what we were talking about when we were first kind of conceiving of this episode about Carl is like, when has Carl made a choice for himself outside of getting sober? Because he just is like good time, party boy, kind of down to do whatever. But I always see him as like, if Kyle has the idea, Carl will follow. Or like if someone has the idea, Carl's like, yeah, let's totally do it. Yeah. He's never the idea like originator.
No, and he's like, it seems like he's pretty universally liked in the house, but from like an outside viewer perspective, all we kind of see is him just saying yes to other people taking the lead.
Right. And like very pleasant when he's not drunk and fighting.
Yeah.
But yeah, gets along with everyone. I think something that we were looking at first was big friendship moments that Carl had with people in the house. So like obviously he's best friends with Kyle And the first thing that I noted down about his relationship with Kyle was that they kissed once.
They did. And I feel like in the first few seasons, that's a big thing that they cut to a lot.
Yeah.
As just showing them kissing.
Yeah, I think just to be like, get a reaction out of us as the viewers.
Of course.
To be like, oh my God.
And I do think the first few seasons, they're very like, let's show how crazy these parties get.
Exactly. And like, I have no inhibition. I'll totally kiss my best friend. And it's like, guys, it happened. It's no heated rivalry.
I was going to say, did they lay the groundwork for heated rivalry?
Right. Yeah, one blonde, one brunette.
Me watching Kyle and Carl like,
that's the show you watch, and you're like, me and Brent were kicking our feet.
It was Summer House. Yeah. His friendship with Kyle, I think, is like a huge part of his whole dynamic on the show. And I think we've talked about how Kyle is a pretty like consistently good friend to Carl, especially reading the book. Carl like talks about a lot of times that we didn't see on the show where Kyle is there for him when he's super fucked up and like he calls him at like 3 a.m. or Kyle comes to check on him because he didn't show up to a meeting, stuff like that. Like it seems like Kyle's been pretty consistently there for him. I don't feel like I see Carl be there for Kyle very much at all.
No, I think there are times where Carl will like, I like vaguely remember a fight now with like Kyle and Amanda, or like Kyle and someone, and Carl I think this was season 2, and Carl's like drunkenly trying to be like, no, that's like fucked up. You know, it's like he's too fucked up to understand, but he was just like, no, this is just what I do is I like stand up for my friend. But it was like, you don't know what you're standing up for him for, and you don't understand the words coming out of your mouth. So it was like a good try. But in turn, it's like, yeah, Kyle started a whole company for you to have a job at.
Yeah.
And you made him the flower boy at your fake wedding.
Whoa. Yeah, watching the season 7 reunion back, you know, Kyle and Carl are kind of like getting into it. And I feel like Kyle's talking about something with Amanda that like Carl's not really involved in. And Carl just like yells at Kyle and goes like, well, you cheated on her. Oh. And I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but that's your boy that's like, will have your back no matter what.
Right.
And Kyle like apologizes a lot for talking behind Carl's back that season about how he was like showing up high to work and stuff like that. But yeah, I think Carl will take Lindsay's side over Kyle.
Should we acknowledge we took the headphones off?
Should.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we took the headphones off.
Sorry, it
wasn't good for our hair. Leave us alone. Anyway.
Women.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Women be podcasting. Thank you.
Okay, I watched the season 7 reunion, and there is a moment with Carl and Lindsay where Kyle and Carl are getting into it because Carl just wanted to quit Loverboy.
Yeah.
And Kyle tries to be like, well, I know like Lindsay told you to do it. And Lindsay's like, I told him to go talk to you. And it just kind of like, I think it's funny that she just throws Carl out there as like, he wanted to quit.
Right.
And it just makes me like, yeah, like I feel like Lindsay got a lot of hate for stuff that was actually just Carl being a coward and not being a good friend.
Yeah. So this is what my mom told me to do, and I did it the way I do it, which is not great, or what, you know, whatever, however he decided to handle it. And then it backfires and he's like, I just did it because she said, you know, I mean, not that he's ever said that, but yeah, I was even thinking about like the Three Amigos because that's such a big point of like Carl's trajectory as well. And I'm like, what'd you guys do?
I guess they drank.
Besides hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, what were like, I don't remember Carl showing up for Danielle. I don't remember Carl showing up for Paige. Like, I think everyone else has really pulled Carl aside. Like, I think it's Amanda has approached Carl. Sierra has approached Carl. Everyone's coming to Carl to be like, hey, are you okay? And then they have a connection, which I think is nice. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess I don't really know that I see Carl going out of his way to be like, oh, I should check in with people. And like, this is how I foster these friendships.
I think we kind of see in the way that the book is written that I think he does have a hard time going deeper with people. And he says it talking about when he was like on different things. He's like, there was not friendships with substance.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he even sober knows how to foster that kind of friendship with people without them taking the initiative?
I would love to know because I feel like we learned
because in the book he doesn't go. There's no substance either.
Yeah, no, none at all. Yeah. Another thing that we were looking at were like, what are fights that he wins? Because obviously being on reality TV is like, you have to have a fight. Yeah, you know, you have to have drama. You have to have something. And I guess what we wrote down was dumping Lindsay season 4 and season 8. Which
ding ding ding
ding ding ding, a win for Carl. Yeah. Which, yeah, I'm like, I guess those are times where he was like, I know that this isn't right, and I think that's really hard, and that's a really brave thing to do. So yeah, good for you, Carl.
Yeah, and I think we can see some growth in the way he did it too. Mm-hmm. Where he didn't just say more life, breaking the engagement up.
He didn't say, but my mommy and daddy got divorced.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know this. Listen, I feel like reading this book is going to make talking about this so much harsher.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what's really hard is that, for context, we had conceived of this episode idea 6 months ago or whatever, before Carl's book was even an idea or a journal entry in his journal. And so it's never nice to be like, and we're going to critique you as a television character, but like, that's what you're signing up for. And I think the book made it was hard listening to the book because you can tell he's really impacted by things that people say about him. And then it sucks even more that he made himself even more vulnerable by writing a terrible book. Like,
that's the only way to put it. Yeah, it's not a good book.
Just something else to completely dunk on and pan. So
I'm trying to remember that watching the show without the book.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Carl.
No.
I actually feel like he's a pleasant guy.
Sure.
Like you said, especially when he's not like on anything. I think everyone in the cast seems to really like him. Mm-hmm. But once again, where's the
oomph? Where's the zhuzh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He pals around with Kyle. He pals around and hooks up with Lindsay. And there's nothing that he does on his own except for saying no stress, more life.
I mean, it's so true. Like, what did the amigos talk about? What did he and Lindsay talk about?
I don't know.
I think Lindsay talked.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in thinking about, like, what is Carl's staying power? Where, like, I think about Danielle and I'm like, there are things that she did that we would talk about. Chelsea's rolling her eyes. Whether or not you want to. You know what I mean? Like, Carl had a cake smashed in his face. That is not, he's a passive character on reality TV, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
You're on reality TV.
Yeah, even he doesn't really fight. He just kind of takes it and like laughs about it.
Yeah. And I think one thing that I was thinking was like when Carl came on the show, like seasons 1 and 2, he gets labeled like fuckboy, womanizer. Like he gets all this stuff thrown at him that when he comes back for season 2, he's like, I'm really trying to rehab my image. I think maybe the same in season 3. He's like, I'm really trying to rehab my image. But I didn't think he did anything that bad either.
No.
So it's not just that like, oh, does Carl have a personality? But I'm like, oh, I could sense that Carl was so lost in being like, okay, I'm trying to be better. And it's like, you didn't do anything that bad. You dated someone that you didn't really want to pursue things with. And you didn't know that. Like, that's not a crime. It hurt her feelings. That's the work sister feelings, but it's not the worst thing ever. And I think I just felt so bad watching him be like, I have to suffer for the atrocity of, I've committed against women or whatever.
And do you think that comes from him having seen like online comments and stuff?
Yeah. And I think just like
being so affected by other people being like, you shouldn't have done that to her.
Yeah. And I think it's online comments, but I think it's also no constitution. I think you just have not even thick skin, because I wouldn't even say someone like Amanda had thick skin. Mm-hmm. She's developed it over the years, and I think she's really worked on herself. But I just think it's like no sense of self. I think that's a lot of where no personality comes from, is no sense of self. And so, yeah, I think that any feedback that Carl got was like, oh my God, how do I fit? And it's like, or you're just figuring it out and like, that's okay to take this in stride and like move on to the next thing.
Yeah. I know. I feel kind of bad because this is all stuff that he kind of like says that he was struggling with.
Yeah. Well, we saw it.
Yeah. And you can tell.
And you can tell. So I don't know what to tell him. Like, you're on a TV show. I think
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. So Carl, stop asking.
Yeah. He's a big catch. That's a big part of, he talks in like gym t-shirts.
Oh, okay. Actually, this is crazy.
Well, he keeps saying stuff like in interviews, like, stop chasing, start attracting. And obviously More Life.
Yeah.
He co-ops from Drake.
Which is nuts. No stress, more life. I did write, if he didn't get sober, would he just have been a catchphrase guy?
Oh, yeah.
But then listening to the book, he just writes.
He writes in catchphrases.
He writes in like little Instagram quotes.
Yeah, wait.
Potentially worse than.
I'll read.
It's very Khloe Kardashian of him. She always posts like Instagram quotes. That's kind of her thing. And I'm like, oh, I bet Carl screenshots all of Khloe Kardashian's Instagram quotes.
He's like, I saw something really inspiring today.
And it was Khloe Kardashian's Instagram, 100%.
The last 3 chapters are basically these 3 sentences over and over again. Recovery has taught me to face challenges head on, to ask for help when I need it, and to be my authentic self. Which, that's beautiful. I'm glad that you feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't need 3 chapters of it.
No, and I think you read 3 sentences that could have been 1.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like you just said the same thing 3 different ways. It really is like when I'm trying to meet the word count on my college paper 5. Yeah. I did like that everyone called him out for having one pickup line for women, which is, "You look great, by the way." You look great. And then it's crazy to listen to his memoir, and he's like, "I didn't know how to approach women anymore." And I was like, just to walk up to them and say, "You look great, by the way."
You look great, by the way.
You needed to get blackout for that.
Did it work on you?
You look great, by the way.
I think I'd go.
Work on you guys?
I think I'd go. Thanks.
I think season 1 or season 5, Carl, it would have worked on me.
Season 5, Carl, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I need something not more than that, but I'm like, it would work in that I would have a conversation with you. Yeah.
When in the book, he's talking about like filming season 6 when he's like officially sober, and he's like, yeah, I had lost the weight that made me so puffy and like thick, and I was like, when he looked really good.
Maddie poured some out.
I was like, so sorry. Shit, I'm glad I'm really glad you're healthy.
Yeah. You went, have you heard about sodium though? Yeah. how do I puff you back up?
There's other ways. And then he's talking about something that could be a very like vulnerable, serious moment, and he'll be like, oh no, it's just hard. Yeah, it is.
Say more. Give me one more adjective other than hard.
I don't know. It's just hard.
Which is nuts, because then I'm like, that's exactly how he wrote it in his fucking book. He would talk about something deeply traumatic and he'd go, well, all of that stuff was pretty hard. Okay. Yeah, I'd say, buddy. Yeah.
There was sometimes when he'd be like, say, yeah, something like crazy, and then he'd be like, so after all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like
cussing. Yeah. Like, okay. He's my cool teacher. Another thing we were trying to look for were moments when Carl stood up for himself. Or made a single choice. Because again, I think at a certain point of us rewatching, I was like, where did he just make a choice for himself outside of getting sober, which is a really big deal. And Carl, we're all very proud of you. But I did like when he became the grill guy in season 5. I think he came back and he was like, I'm sober. How do I navigate this house being sober? Which I cannot imagine. Mm-hmm. Really challenging. And I like that he said, I'm going to stand at the grill so I can still be social and talk to people. And I was like, that's a good pivot. Like, that's a good thing to observe, learn, bring into your own life,
be a part of something,
be a part of the thing still. Yeah, because he for a minute was very like, I get up, I do my run or my berry, and it's like you're living a life while the rest of your castmates are.
Yeah, it's completely opposite worlds and schedules.
Yeah. Schedules.
Yes. Yeah, he makes a decision when he kisses Paige in season 3.
Yeah,
and then he doesn't make any other decisions after that.
He went, that was good.
He was like, well, I thought that was all you needed.
Yeah, he goes, storyline acquired.
I really think he rides the high of Paige kissing him. Like, I think he got credit from everyone because we all liked Paige so much. And so it was like, well, we were talking about this the other day where it's like, if Cher was making fun of Dax Shepard, this is why we were talking about it. You saw this clip. If a woman that you respect approves of a man, you go like, well, there must be something good about him, which is actually not a thing I believe, for the record. I don't agree with Cher. But I think with Paige, it was this where everyone was like, well, there must be something good about Carl because Paige made out with her. And so I kind of think that Carl rode that with the fans for good 2 seasons.
Wow. Yeah.
This just pieced together right now. That's what I think.
I'm signed on.
I agree. Yeah.
Sold.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for throwing the play out there.
Okay, when he decides to date/marry Lindsay.
I love
date/marry. As we're saying this, I'm like, did he make that choice?
Yeah. Yes. I think so. I do think so. Because I think even in the book, he's like, I had this connection. I wanted to foster it. Like, you're making a choice. You're making a choice to be codependent, but you're making a choice.
I guess the book has made me think otherwise, because he's like, I know that I really shouldn't date someone until I'm a year sober at least. And then he's sort of like, but like your feelings take over and things change. And it sort of made me feel like, did you like try and hold fast to this thing that you were so like, you're so passionate about this, about being sober?
Yeah.
Did you just like let...
I'm rolling my eyes. Yeah. I'm sorry. No, he is so...
We got it.
No, he is. No, he's so passionate about it. No, I hear what you're saying, where it's like, this is his new personality, is being sober.
Yeah, and it's like, you didn't hold fast to like that one thing. Did you like let... I don't know.
The moment Lindsay, you can fold, you do.
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe that's unfair to him. And maybe he was like, okay, I think this, you know.
Either way, I'm like, that's his choice then. It's his choice to go, I don't want to hold fast to this rule. You're and right. I'm choosing to go, no, thank you.
But do we think it was a choice, or do you think Lindsay was just like,
what, coerced
hey, Carl,
him?
We have chemistry. We have to date. And he was like, okay. Like, do we think
at gunpoint?
Not like, but I'm saying like, I think the same way that he was been passive about so many other things, none of that was at gunpoint either. Like, I think a person with no sense of self and no like is easily like there's some quote like easily swayed, right? And so I think Lindsay was like, no, we should date, and he was like, you're right, okay, and just went along with it.
I guess when does it stop being someone's choice?
But that's everything we've discussed with him. Then everything he's done was a choice.
Separate spin-off podcast.
But we're saying he doesn't make choices.
What constitutes a choice?
No. Oh, God. I know. Sorry. Now we're getting... Okay, I get what you're saying.
It's interesting because you're saying... I kind of agree with both of you. Where I'm like... Yeah, I hear you. Where it's like... Yeah, even if it's a choice that I don't necessarily agree with, he decided one way or another. But then I'm like... maybe he thinks he decided.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, he chooses to sit with his feet dangling in the pool, you know, passive, but I guess that's his choice.
It does say he made a choice to date Lindsay so that he would never have to make a choice again.
Charles, did you write that?
I don't think so.
Did I write that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that
That's very profound if I wrote that. Good job. Mama's boy moments.
Mama's boy moments.
When he dates Lindsay. When Lindsay invites his mom to meet them in the city, when he hosts a reception for his mom's wedding. I mean, he's just like the whole first season storyline about his parents' divorce. He's very...
Yeah. And what does he say? I'm not a mama's boy. I just fucking love my mom. I'm not a mama's boy. I just fucking love my mom. The catchphrases, I'm sure he wrote all of his own, but the ones, again, I know I've referenced Danielle's so many times where she's like, I love going out on the weekends and catching a dick. It's just so, I think they're so funny. I really like that we wrote Carl being a little bitch. Carl being a little bitch moments. Oh, God. On the beach when he's telling Kyle that he doesn't feel valued at Loverboy.
Oh, yeah. And he keeps saying he's the face of Loverboy.
Yeah. Because he does sales.
Is
he on the
and
packaging?
they're like, he goes to most Kyle, I think at one point says like, oh, he goes to most of the promotional events because that's like what his strong suit is. And then Carl's like, he's like, I'm doing all the promotional events plus my job. And Kyle's like, you're not doing your job. We put you in the promotional events because you're not doing anything else.
Me at work.
Yeah. And Carl got laid off so much before Loverboy that I'm fully on Kyle's side.
Actually, a large part of Carl's storyline the whole time was being like, and I'm unemployed and I'm looking for work and I got fired from my dental sales job, you know, like.
I don't remember if you said this on the pod or not, but at one point you're like, yeah, and then Carl's storyline was just, I guess, no job again.
Yeah. And was I wrong?
No.
He's
been no job 9 seasons.
He wrote a book so he could stay no job.
He's going to stay no job. I think we'll talk about that more when we talk about the book.
Yeah.
But
there should be some like ominous music every time we say the book. Dun, dun.
Oh, Carl when Carl letting Lindsay berate him for saying his conversation with Danielle went well. When Carl talks with Danielle and he's like, goes back to Lindsay and he about the engagement stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes back to Lindsay and he's like, I actually think it went really well. Like, I think, we're good. And Lindsay's like, okay, but what about me?
Oh my
She's
God.
not good with me.
Yeah.
And Carl's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that we're good.
Carl just trying to keep a friend, and Lindsay's like, what the heck? And he in a way he went, no stress, more life.
Whoa.
In his own way that he maybe didn't even think of before. No stress, more life. Carl had a couple of good advice moments.
Okay.
And I think one of them was when he pulled Jordan aside to be like, hey, you can't lie about making out with people and fucking them.
Yeah, and he's like, you just have to like own it and move forward, which is good advice. That's kind of like early on. That sounds like now Carl like came out a little bit.
Yeah. With some wisdom of don't mess around with people. I mean, I think because Carl was so scarred by his workus circus, scarred at the workus circus and hung out to dry, that he was like, let me look out for this guy who's clearly having a hard time.
You know what's funny? The next one is like him telling Luke he needs to take accountability for stuff with Hannah. Both of these are just Carl being like, yeah, you got to own your truth.
A classic Carl.
Maddie, I'm so pissed off, actually. I'm so mad doing this episode again because everything is just distilled into like a Carl-ism.
Yeah.
Oh, God. How annoying.
You got to own your truth.
Own your truth. And then it's like, what does that mean to you, Carl, actually? At this point, or whatever, season 5. What is owning your truth?
Just saying what happened.
This is when people are like, you have to take accountability. I'm like, what does that mean to you? That you just go, I did that. And then
it's not even saying sorry.
Yeah.
It's
just going, yes, I did.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so no one feels better now.
That's what these guys think is an apology.
Yeah.
Is just being like, I cheated on you.
Yeah.
He's like, are we good?
So are we good now? Are we still getting married? Would you just want to be engaged to me? Let's take a break.
This episode is brought to you by White Pants. Not only white, but tight.
Thank you to our sponsor, White Pants.
I've actually transitioned to our next category.
Not only white, but tight.
And, okay, in the book, he's like, yeah, before going on Summer House, I went shopping and blew so much money on a new wardrobe. And I was like, huh?
This was nuts. He went into credit card debt to get himself some tight ass white pants and pretend like he could be someone who has his drinking under control in the loudest shirt you've ever seen. Huh?
He bought like tank tops from the gym.
We really wanted to highlight some of Carl's soft femme moments.
Speaking of his style.
Yeah.
Right now, he's got great style, I think.
I would say. Yeah. And I would say he's peak soft femme era.
Yes.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, Carl, if you're watching. Like, I think that this is a good look for you.
Totally.
The tank tops were horrible.
And I like that you're going away from a skinny jean.
Please. Yeah.
You're wearing like a loafer, I think.
Yeah. And like a nice peacoat. Yeah. And I would say that's on moving to Brooklyn and turning 40. Mama. He has a beautiful spray tan.
True.
That I think is working well for him. And I think currently, and I think he got his teeth redone again, right? I think that was.
Is it third set of veneers or is this his second?
I thought second.
Okay.
Yeah. But
yeah, the veneer journey has been a lot.
He's hit a stride.
Yeah. His real teeth were just fine is the thing.
Yeah.
He maybe could have whitened them and it would have been.
He's like, people made fun of my teeth, and it's like, they might have said they were a little yellow, and you went, shave them.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Shave them.
Shave them.
I know. That's so crazy about veneers. I did not like learning that was part of the process.
I think the knowledge that my actual teeth were in there, like little spikes.
Oh, no. It actually scares me.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
what if you had to, like, concave other parts of your body to get plastic
Would
surgery?
you do it with your tits?
Yeah, I had to like go. I had to go in. I'm like, they actually had to punch holes in my chest to then give me the biggest tits.
Or like to get me really long legs, they have to shave my legs down into like little points. Like I'm on little legs. Yeah. So we can
toothpick you into a longer
leg.
Longer leg, not foot.
I'm not
foot came out of my mouth. I don't know why. Sorry.
Chelsea really wishes she had long feet.
They shave your foot down to make it.
Oh man, yeah, that is it's such a commitment. But I think I'm really rearing to talk about Cake Eater. How are you guys feeling?
Rearing.
Well, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. As you guys have probably already gleaned,
we loved it.
Yeah. Probably one of the better memoirs we've ever read. I'm really I was gonna say I'm really happy for Carl to get his bag on this. I'm actually not, because I think he's wasted all of our time. This was not a great memoir. And my takeaway from the end was that he really wanted it to be a like beacon of light or something to help people if they're struggling in their sobriety. And I didn't find it to be compelling in that regard either.
Yeah. And he's really hammering in like, this is how being sober has helped me. And I'm not trying to push that on anyone, but you know, if anyone's looking for that, like I hope they can see this. And I don't know what a sober person would need as like a beacon of light, but I just don't feel like this gave us any insight into, like, he tells us what his journey was.
Yeah.
But it didn't make me feel anything.
No, I imagine someone who's looking to get sober doesn't need to hear someone else go, yeah, I used to get pretty drunk.
Right. And
end of story.
I was nervous to say that, I think, is that like, this doesn't seem helpful, because I'm like, I don't know what would be helpful, but this just wasn't captivating. It wasn't like.
No, I think some important things for listeners is that should you decide to embark on this journey, it is, sorry, Carl, poorly written. It feels like a journal entry meets college paper, where he like has a thesis statement and then by the end he wraps it up with three sentences that are saying the same thing. So he'll say something like, and that year was the hardest year of my life because it was the year that my brother died and I wasn't sure how I was going to make it through it, period. But that year, even though it was the hardest year of my life, my brother had died, I knew I was going to be okay because I found sobriety. And you're like, well, yeah, buddy, you just told me that 2 sentences ago.
So I just did a quick search because I was like, what ghostwriter fucked Carl over this bad? Because it was written so poorly.
Yeah.
And a lot of celebrity memoirs have ghostwriters that they write with them. Carl's the only person credited for writing this. No ghostwriter has a credit. And so I'm like,
do you think they took their name off?
No, I think he probably didn't use one. Yeah, and that's why it's so bad.
No, yeah. I literally was like, I feel like he wrote this in one pass.
Yeah.
And I feel like no one edited it.
No one looked at it.
Well, that's what upset me is when the credits were going. The credits are my favorite part of any book, and I love them. And I was listening to the credits, and he goes, thank you so much to this book person and this book person, because they really forced me to get deeper.
Yes.
And made me push when I didn't want to. And I was like, oh, so before?
Yeah.
What could this possibly have been?
They squeezed a fucking rock then.
He's like,
speaking of limes that don't have any juice.
Hello? Yeah. Get the juice.
Instead of being like, this is hard, he must have just been like, this was.
Yeah.
And they were like, get deeper. And he was like, it was hard. That's what I'm saying. Like, how did that get deeper?
And how did they not catch that he would retell the same stories? I mean, chapter by chapter, it would be the same story. It was like semi-chronological order, but not really. And he would tell a story, like in particular, he told a story about Hannah talking about how he did Xanax one time or something.
He's like, yeah, Hannah talked about how I did Adderall on a podcast.
Adderall.
And then the next chapter, he's like, and then I was really upset that Hannah talked about how I did Adderall on a podcast. And Chelsea had texted us and been like, I thought that I like accidentally rewound the book.
Yeah.
And I would have thought that if you didn't already prepare me.
I warned you.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, it's like, and it wasn't just that sentence. It was like 3 sentences that were like the same
thing.
Yeah.
And I think what sucks is that, and I feel I said this up top, but I know this really felt like it was his moment to like, not come clean about things, but just really like set the record straight. And he's like, I'm telling my side of the story. And I'm like, you said 2 sentences 500 times. Yeah. You actually did not provide any further depth into who you are and like what you like. And so much of the book was about like, I guess his brother, and like, he's like, I want to live a life that my brother would be proud of. But listening to the book, I was like, I don't know what your brother would be proud of, because you haven't talked about your brother and who he is. You talked about that you have an older brother, that you had problems with him, and I don't know about his personality. And it doesn't sound like you knew about his personality until someone from his rehab or like from his group texted you to share really kind stories about him. Yeah.
He's like, I learned after my brother died that he did all this like great stuff to help sober people. Mm-hmm. But we don't know, like, we didn't get any idea of what his relationship was like with his brother growing up, what his relationship with his brother was like. You know, he says it was bad in the last few years, but it's like, okay, what does that mean?
Right.
Like, he's
same with his dad. He's like, my relationship with my dad was bad. And it's like, okay, why? There's no why answered in in any of these. I even wrote down, Carl at one point talks about like, I left Loverboy, I think, to go explore different career paths. But then Kyle started Loverboy, you know, the NA line. And I'm like, you don't even tell us what the other career paths were. Like, I don't know anything that you have been interested in.
It was being an influencer.
It was being an influencer.
What?
I mean, that's what it had to be, right?
I wrote down also, clearly AI did not write this because it would have been better. And there was no proofreader.
I feel like they didn't even look at it. They were just like, whatever, put it out.
Yeah. Yeah, good, it's done.
Yeah.
They went, soft bar's opening soon. We need the book out.
I wonder if he fought them on a ghostwriter. So they were like,
I don't know.
If he was like, no, I want all the money. We don't want to have to pay a ghostwriter. Or I wonder how that works. I wonder if the author actually pays the ghostwriter and he was like, I need all that money. I spent $100,000 on my canceled wedding, which he dropped vague about everything, but did tell us the exact dollar amount he had lost. He was like, I lost $100,000 canceling the wedding.
Damn, I missed that part.
Oh, well, I don't blame you for tuning out, but I'm like, I bet the author does pay probably or something, whatever. And I'm like, he did not want to share his.
That's funny. I was thinking that I feel like he really thinks that this is so like soul bearing for himself that he was like, I don't want anyone else to put words in my mouth. Right. Like not understanding what a ghostwriter.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy because he also is like, after Lindsay and I ended our engagement, I didn't go on it. He's also angry when he's talking. I didn't go on any podcast and bash her. And it's like, but you're doing angry tone in your memoir about her.
Yeah. And listening to it was a whole nother dimension of like, he's like mad the whole time.
He really does. He keeps being like, sobriety is what helps me. And you're like, all right. Yeah, it's like the 4D ticket at the AMC. Yeah. Like, okay, it's blowing in my face now.
And he also talks in the slowest pace I've ever heard someone talk.
I was at 1.5.
Had to be at 1.5 minimum.
He also doesn't unpack the title of his book, Cake Eater, which is so crazy. And I think Chelsea said it was rage bait.
Yeah.
To get people to listen because they thought he would talk about getting cake smashed in his face.
How did he not tell that story?
Or even explain, hey guys, Cake Eater is actually something from Pittsburgh. I don't know what it is.
He shouts out the cake eaters in the acknowledgments. Yeah. He's like, and shout out to the cake eaters.
Yeah, and you know what? Shout out to people who eat ass. Heated rivalry.
He had like a whole chapter talking about how it was so hard for him that people were questioning his sexuality. And I'm like, did anyone read this book? If you're worried about that, why is the title of your book Ass Eater?
Great point, Maddie. Doubling down, it's rage bait. It is rage bait.
Hello. What the fuck? It is crazy. All of that, like he talks about Steven in the book and he says that they're like on fine terms now or whatever. And like, I think that part was really hard to listen to because you can tell he was, I don't know, I want to say the word challenged. He was having a challenging time with like people speculating on his sexuality and commenting on it. And I feel bad because I think at the time that came out on the show, it got really pitched and like couched as like, not pitched, it got couched as like, oh yeah, Carl might be open to this, but we just don't know. And then Carl had to spend a lot of time being like, no. And then not until the book came out was he like, actually that was assault and I couldn't consent. And like, you can tell that it took him a long time to come up with those words. And that sucks.
Yeah.
And that feels bad, of course. But it is interesting just how, I don't know, disconnected he seems to be from himself still. That like throughout the entire book, he just kept going, but inside I was crumbling. And you're like, so you crumbled for 40 years. And now that you're sober, you're telling me you're no longer crumbling, which I hope not, you know, but also I'm like, that's not how life works. You're going to have hard times. It's going, you know, whatever, things will come up. But you haven't figured out anything else about yourself. You were crumbling the whole, but inside you were crumbling. Call the book Crumbling.
Yeah. He does say that like 100 times.
Yeah. It's always like on the outside, I was having fun and partying, but on the inside, I was crumbling.
Nobody could see the real Carl.
Nobody. And it's like, and I still can't. I think that's what is so sad, is that he thought this was such a big swing and so vulnerable for him. And it's still Go Girl, Give Us Nothing.
Yeah.
The book.
He's on like, well, and then he's like talking about how when he got sober, he's like, for the first time, I was being honest in therapy.
I went, oh,
that's another duplicated line.
Yeah. And then I went, oh, that's why men are not having a good time in therapy, because they're not being honest. But I'm like, so you shorted yourself on a therapy experience.
Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, he's on like year 4 of speaking honestly about how his feelings.
Year 4. Yeah. You're 4 years old.
He's 4 years old in terms of expressing himself.
Yeah. I think, sorry, just to double back to the assault of it all, which was very sad and hard, but I just didn't feel like I had closed the loop on that. I think when we were listening, he was like, if this had happened to a woman, everyone would have been by her side, and everyone would have given her comfort, and everyone would have done this and that for her, which is unnecessary to do, first and foremost, but also not how it works, famously. I like that Carl thinks the Me Too movement really stuck. I like that he thinks that.
Yeah. Famously, like exactly what he's saying, he feels like happened to him happens to so many women.
Yeah.
I also was like, listening to his story and hearing him talk about it, I was like, wow, that is really sad. Like this thing happened to you and you just fully don't have the tools to express it or handle it.
Yeah.
But at the time also, the audience, or like, I don't know if anyone knew. He didn't tell anyone that happened. Right. So I'm like, how?
No, he told Steven I got the best blowjob of my life. Yeah. That's how he explained what happened.
So I'm like, how would anyone like take that seriously? Right. Or like, if they didn't know, I don't know. I was like,
imagine if a woman got assaulted by a woman in the same way, but the story they told was like, and I had the best orgasm of my life when this girl munched my box. I said that for Maddie.
Yeah. No, we know.
And nobody would be like, oh, that must have been, people would be like, you're gay. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's how I said it to Chelsea.
Yeah. Edis, by sex, like at least. That's what people would say. And so I mean, that part made me angry. I was mad while we were listening.
It was unnecessary. And then I was thinking about him being like, and if this happened to a woman, it would have been like this. But then later when he's talking about how his brother died and how all the producers were really nice to him and like gave him time, he was like, I really loved being treated just like a human. And it wasn't content. Whereas like he was like so frustrated with Steven because he knew that the assault story was going to become content, going to become a storyline. And he was like, and I didn't want my brother dying to become content and a storyline. And it's like, so you feel they learn to treat you with respect or what? Like,
like something changed.
Yeah, like what it was earned because you'd been on the show longer or what? Like everyone has dealt with people in their lives who are addicts and therefore, you know, because like he mentioned like this producer also had, I learned more about the producer from this book, by the way. The producer had a sibling who was struggled with addiction, and so everyone was like very nice to him. And I'm like, you think no one else has been assaulted, Carl?
On the set, I bet. Show of hands, like 70%.
In that women on the show,
So that was stuff that I found to be very frustrating. I think, in listening to all of that,
and I think I don't think we've touched on this, and I think my big takeaway from Carl, I just want to say, is that I think he victimizes himself all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this story went like. You could actually just say, this was assault. I finally can talk about it. It was really hard, without then making yourself the world's biggest victim by going, and when it happens to women, they get such better treatment than me, which like is just famously not true. We know that's not true. Like, he's like, people are like, well, you put yourself in that position by being drunk and hooking up in a theater. And it's like, Yeah, women get asked all the time what they did. Mm-hmm. So I think it was just another example of Carl being like, and it's the hardest for me.
Yeah, and right. Well, and that's why divorce is so hard for him.
Oh, don't.
His parents' divorce was really interesting to listen to because he was like, I used it as an excuse to let myself drink, but it also was so hard I needed to drink. You know, it was everything he needed it to be in order to just be like, well, I did what I did because mommy and daddy couldn't keep it together. Also,
when he was 30.
Yeah.
Mommy and daddy couldn't keep it together when he was 30.
When he was 30, mind you. Also, when he was like, he couldn't handle his dad having a new girlfriend. Buddy, my dad's on wife number 4. Okay. Get into it. It's so. He was like, I even have a relationship with her now, and it's like you can talk to an adult woman. Awesome. That's so cool. You can see your dad as a human being. That's great. When he was like, my mom got remarried to someone who I think is really cool. Okay. Great. And this is what led you to your rock bottom, January 6th. I can't believe that he went through COVID, brother died, got sober, on and off, whatever, figuring out sobriety, struggling with it. And the one thing that gets mentioned in his book as like a part of his rock bottom is the insurrection. He was like, I stayed home all night drinking, I'm pretty sure doing coke.
In New York, mind you.
Yeah, he was not down the street in the Capitol.
I go in the Capitol. Shitting on Nancy Pelosi's desk. But he's like, you know, he's having a bender and he's like, it's just crazy to watch the news about the insurrection. Anyway, I just kept doing coke. And you're like, so did it make you sad? Like, was the insurrection scary to you?
He was like, I ordered coke that day. And not just normal. I ordered the 3 big jars. Yeah. I was like, jars?
The descriptions of ordering drugs felt crazy.
And
ordering,
he's like, I ordered a bottle.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Same guy? Yeah, of what?
I was like, so do you have money or not?
Yeah. Big jugs.
Yeah.
He got some big jugs.
I would love to know. Yeah, I couldn't believe the insurrection was mentioned. I go, no BLM mention. That wasn't important.
Because he went like, and regardless of what side of the political ground you stand on, seeing the insurrection. And I was like, oh, so you actually still won't take a stand.
Yeah,
you won't say anything.
Which is, regardless? Brother, what? You want to align with shitting on the desk? Okay.
Did they shit on the desk?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I missed the shit.
Oh, yeah. Big shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Desk shit, Maddie?
No. I thought you were just like making a joke
That's
a second ago.
Oh, no. Key part of the insurrection.
That's actually
someone had to clean the shit.
So disgusting.
Yeah. They were holding that shit in all day, being like, once I get to that desk, I'm gonna shit.
I think it was an excited shit.
You think?
They're nervous.
It was a nervous.
Yeah, I think it was a nervous tummy. They went, guys, it's my first insurrection. I don't know what to do. Was there anything in his memoir, Maddie, that was shocking to you?
I guess only the Bahamas story.
Yeah, which is horrific, and he again is. For those who don't know, he and a woman who's too young that he shouldn't be taking on vacation, his words, have a peeping Tom off their balcony on like the 12th floor or something who falls to his death. After a confrontation. Yeah. Which is nuts. And Carl leaves that story and he goes, so after all that stuff, and you're like, buddy. Huh?
Yeah. And he talks about finding out that he has PTSD from that later. But that's the only thing that we didn't know already about Carl that's in this book.
Yes.
Everything else is just like, yeah, we already knew that from the show. And
right. I think that's what was also so frustrating about this book is learn nothing new.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about recording this episode, when it was like, well, how much should we talk about the book? It's like, we could talk about it actually the whole time because there's no new information.
Yeah.
There's like some little secrets, or whatever about him being like, here's how bad my addiction was, which I think is kind to share, but it still is. It's also top line.
Mm-hmm.
He does reveal that he's a Tony Robbins guy, which I hate. I think is.
Oh yeah. Doesn't he talk about that being like a big thing?
Yeah. It's a pivotal moment for him. His inspirational quotes, guy. That's like seeing Santa live.
It made me forgive my dad.
Yeah, which again, what are your problems with your dad? New mom?
Relating to you say that he, on Summer House, he says he's a larger than life guy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not, he did keep saying like, you know, I was only known as like the party guy that everyone wanted to be around. And
Cut to feet dangling in pool.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if that's the vibe I even got from you.
No, in the book he mentions, he's like, and then I created Carl Radke, the Summer House guy on Bravo, who was this larger than life personality. And I was like, I don't think your personality's that big, buddy.
No.
I don't know that people are clamoring to hang. I think you're fun. Don't get me wrong. You know, I think you exist in a fun space in proximity to fun things.
But I guess I'm like, I think of Kyle as the guy that like,
yeah,
everyone wanted to party with.
Right.
And like,
what name one iconic thing that Carl has done at a party that you'd go classic Carl?
Got cake thrown in his face.
Yeah.
Wore eyeliner for that pirate party.
Wore eyeliner for that pirate party. Kyle?
Everything.
Yeah.
Pissing on the side of the house. Most famously. But yeah,
I think if this is sort of what I was feeling when he kept being like, with the whole world, I'm like, I think you have this view of yourself that you're this like big personality, that everyone expects you to be this big personality. Yeah. And I feel like it would help him to just start thinking of himself as like, hey, I'm Carl. I'm like a nice, quiet guy. And like, that's okay. Like, you don't have to hold yourself to this standard that like no one else is holding you to.
Right.
Oh, I think Carl would be so much happier if he just accepted his life as the hottest guy on his adult kickball league.
Yeah.
I think ultimately that's what he's meant to be.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not everyone's made for reality TV.
No. And I think he's stretched himself so thin and tried to be like, I'm Carl Radke. I'm the guy. And it's like, no, you're not.
No.
You're not the guy.
But people like you, like you're nice to be around.
Right.
So just like go be nice to be around.
No one's mad at you.
Yeah. No one's mad at you.
No, that's what he needs to be told.
I'm like, keep going to AA meetings. You could have told this whole book in your stories at AA when it's your speaking time.
Yeah.
Right? They do stories at AA.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Story time.
This is so fun to be like, okay, grandpa, on your stories.
But that's what it felt like to me. Like you were saying this felt like a college paper to me. It also felt like your AA sharing time, that he was like, they always cut me off at 10 minutes. I want 4 hours.
Right.
And so he did a book.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that's what it felt like to me. You know who was sober all of season 9? Lindsay. Because she was pregnant. And you know what she wasn't? Boring.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, I've dated a handful of people who are sober and fun and still like
and
to
some
go
that are boring.
out. Yeah, but I'm just saying,
No,
I think
I know.
I think Carl equating being sober to being boring is like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Absolutely.
Actually, and showing your cards at the same time, because it doesn't mean that you can't be social or whatever. Like his whole thing where he's like, going to events was so hard. I just realized I needed a drink in my hand. It's like, okay, get a seltzer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and I'm sure when you're navigating being sober for real, in the way Carl is, where it's been like so much part of his life to be like, I had to get fucked up to tell girls they look nice.
By the way,
learning to hold a seltzer in your hand probably feels like a really big deal.
I love the part of the book where he has the realization. He's like, and someone asked, are you not drinking? And I went, no, I'm sober. And they went, okay. And then moved on. They didn't even care. And I was like, yeah, that's how most of us feel.
Yeah.
We actually just don't care.
Right.
Maybe your Coke dealer cared because you're not buying 3 jars or 3
jugs.
No more jug orders. But
Jugs of Coke.
most of us are going to go, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I something else I took away from the end of the book was that he talks about like being motivated. What I wrote, he can't even say that his bar is motivated by his wanting to party. He says that his soft bar is a place where he wants people to be able to come and hang out, whether they're sober, whether they just want a night off, whatever. And it's like, so you're still motivated by partying. And I actually think you would be more compelling if you just leaned into saying that. I'm a sober party guy. That's fun.
Wow.
Right?
You should rebrand him.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it seems like he cannot see an overlap between fun and sober.
Yeah.
And if someone just hit him over the head with that of like, you like to party and you're sober. And that's okay.
Yes.
But I think he feels like having fun and genuine connection.
Right.
Like, He's like, I need to have genuine, I can't go back to that shallow guy. It's like, it's not shallow to have fun.
Right.
And just have like a fun little surface level conversation with someone. Like, that's okay.
I think if Carl found out that sober people rave, he would shit his pants. He wouldn't know what to do. He would be like, that's not
shit
sober.
on a desk.
Miss Pelosi, you're on watch. I think that was something that by the end of the book was just like frustrating to me, that I was like, you are motivated to be social and do these things, but you just can't, you keep trying to separate them, and you just can't call out things for what they are.
Yeah.
Maybe I should make like a meme of it and put it on Instagram so that Carl can see it, like
Tell Khloe Kardashian to post it.
I DM her.
Okay,
Carl,
him admitting
fine.
to smoking weed.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's fine. I don't judge people's sobriety journey, but the way he got so mad at Lindsay when she was like, you're not sober right now.
Yeah.
And I think she was saying, you're high.
Yeah.
On weed.
Yeah.
On the show.
Yeah.
He got so mad at her. Mm-hmm. And then he admitted it in the book. If I was her, I'm sure she feels so much vindication of like, that's what I was fucking saying. Right. I said he wasn't fully sober.
I do think he said that on the show.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It up.
Looks like a lot of different things.
I guess even season 7, he admitted to smoking weed because Maya had texted him like, want to smoke, and Lindsay got mad at Maya for like texting her mans, which is stupid. And then season 8, they get in that fight, and I guess she asked Carl, Carl, do you smoke weed? Because I think she probably was annoyed that he wasn't being transparent about it. And then she called him out on the show, and he said, I do, but I didn't smoke weed tonight. And so that was like, I see. That's what the internet is telling me.
Okay. Well, Coach Chelsea coming through.
Thanks, Coach.
And he has admitted that he has done microdoses of mushrooms during the show. He said that as well. Great. Which is fun. None of us did.
No.
Like that lady at the party went, okay.
Yeah. Us reading the book. Okay.
The whole book.
I think this has been very productive because I think what you said about him just wanting and needing to admit to being a sober party guy.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Let your personality shine.
I think that's exactly it.
Yeah.
He just needs to stop trying to be all these things and just, what do you like?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that Carl didn't know who he was before he got sober. And I'm like, I still don't think you know who you are sober. And that sucks.
Now, instead of being the drinking guy, you're the sober guy.
Yeah.
Just be the guy.
Just be the guy.
Here's a question I have for both of you. Do you think Carl's podcast is ever going to come out that he plugs so hard at the end of this book? So on another podcast that I love, shout out Chelsea Devantez and Glamorous Trash, they talk about memoirs all the time. And she always talks about how people should not talk about a new relationship at the end of their memoir, because a lot of people will end their memoir with like, and this amazing person has come into my life. And then they always break up before the memoir even comes out. Yeah. Like it's the curse of the new relationship in the memoir. And that's all I could think about is like, oh, this is the curse. Yeah. He talked about this podcast and there's no way it's going to exist. Because also, who listened to this book and went, yeah, I want more Carl in my ear?
Yeah. I would love to know. Do I think it will come out? Yes, contractually. I think contractually it will get like a 3-month run. I will be curious to see what listenership looks like and see how it goes after that.
Who he actually like gets and who.
Yeah. Chelsea, you don't think it's coming out at all?
I don't think it's coming out. I don't think he had a contract in place yet. I think he was really hoping that this book was going to get some podcast network to sign him. If it comes out, it's going to be independent.
Sure. No,
I don't think
someone will sign him for sure.
I don't think anyone read this book before it got published.
No.
And certainly so not. I think he was just like, and I'm going to put this in there and this in there. And no one was like, hey, that doesn't exist. Maybe don't do that.
That doesn't exist.
So yeah,
I think just because he's a person who's on Bravo with a big social following, that's enough to get a podcast deal going. Like, and people will want to advertise on it. And yeah, whether or not it's successful.
After this book, I don't know, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that they will appreciate him doing a different format. Maybe words no good. Maybe talking better than writing. Speaking of Glamorous Trash is like the perfect segue. So we're going to play a game that they play on Glamorous Trash, shout out Chelsea Devantez, called the Book Del Test. So this is a test that Chelsea does at the end of her episodes to kind of determine where everyone's landing on the book. It's 3 questions, so I'll ask both of you. Was the author vulnerable in the sharing of their truth?
I think he thinks he was.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
I would. Sorry, Chels.
Absolutely not.
I agree. Yeah, he himself admitted that this was very challenging for him. But I think I'm like, I can't believe you didn't listen to a single person's memoir before you published your own.
That's a great point. I don't think he read even one memoir before writing this.
And if you're a Tony Robbins guy, that's like sacrilege. How do you not? Okay, second question. Was it entertaining to read?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I know. Chelsea has her head in her hands. It was such a slog. I think we all texted each other about 7 times to be like, I can't believe this is still going. Also, I think if you took out all the repeat sentences, it would have cut the time in half.
Yeah, it could have been a little short story.
A little tighter.
Yeah. It could have been a podcast episode.
It could have been a podcast episode.
I was trying to find parking downtown at one point when I was listening to it, and I crashed out because I was like, struggling and turning on streets I didn't know. And then I just had him in my ear being like, and sobriety is a journey. I was like, oh my God, you already said that. Turn it off.
Oh. That was Maddie's rock bottom.
And it was on January 6th.
Oh my God.
And she shit on a desk.
Yeah. Gotta be shitting when you're in downtown LA. Okay, the last question. Did reading this book elevate your life in any way? I think we just answered that.
Only because we got to have this really lovely conversation.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, sorry, Carl, at your expense. This was so fun to dunk on.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough for that.
And it really made up for the hard drive crashing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We lost a whole other episode talking about you, but we've gained 1.5 back.
Okay, so it did enrich us in some way.
It did enrich us in some way, not in a sadistic way.
Not
in the way he wanted. But I think we've concluded that Carl Radke is still figuring out his personality, and while we're looking forward to one day visiting Soft Bar, I hope to never hear a book written by him ever again.
It feels disrespectful to Chelsea Devontas to go from her book doll task to our classic game. Chelsea, if you ever want to borrow it from us, feel free.
Yeah, right.
It's called Finger Bang Marry Kill. If you have this very insightful think about your experience game, and ours is Finger Bang Marry Kill. So feel free to borrow it.
I think she'd love to, actually.
I think she would. So you guys, would you finger bang, marry, kill? These are the options. Carl's white pants, Carl's white veneers, and Carl's white mother.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I don't like this. I feel like every sentence I say after a finger bang, marry, kill is I don't like this.
Okay, I'm killing the white pants.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
White pants are dead. I hate them. Oh,
I was going to kill his mom.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
He already lost his brother.
what's your reasoning?
Well, it's for me. It's not about Carl.
Sure.
I just don't think I can. I don't know. I don't really know what her deal is, I guess. I just think there's deep codependency there that I'm not willing to take on.
And you don't want to fuck or marry Carl's mom.
Yeah.
Finger bang.
Yeah, finger
Sorry.
bang. I only want to fuck piss. It's a callback to another episode. Go listen. Okay, so you're fucking the white. You're killing the white pants.
Killing the white pants.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna marry his mom and finger bang the veneers.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna marry white pants.
Cool.
Finger banging veneers. I know the white pants thing is gonna come back to haunt me. Watch a man on Hinge is gonna like me with white pants, and then Chelsea's gonna be like, "You have to go on a date."
I'm gonna like, you have to marry him.
And that's fine, Chelsea. I don't get why you're anti-Persian.
Oh my God. I did not say that.
I know it's not in there, but when I picture the white pants, I picture one rip in the knee.
Oh,
sorry.
Maddie.
I picture like the lines on the knee.
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Oh God, you're marrying the mom?
Yeah. Don't make this about me.
Chelsea, what are you doing?
She's
like,
thinking.
I'm pissing.
Yeah, she's
Right
like, I need to
now.
fuck piss right now.
any deep cut listeners are gonna love that. I think I'm gonna marry the veneers. It's like it shows a level of care and a level of money.
Okay,
because they're expensive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finger bang the mother. We've really gone off the rails tonight, and I'm gonna kill the white pants 100%. I think this mom would be happy to get a little finger bang.
Yeah, the veneers scare me.
That's why I can't finger bang them. It will cut my fingers.
But just like thinking about marrying veneers, I roll over and there they are. Like, just yeah. I can't cuddle a veneer.
I'm gonna roll over Carl's mom.
That sounds cozy.
Yeah, you guys will do little nose kisses.
She'll like rub your back as you fall asleep.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I just think veneers mean money to me, so I think I'm gonna get pampered.
Okay.
And then maybe the veneers will buy me that leg lengthening surgery.
Those veneers are gonna
get
leg
shave
veneers.
my leg. Yeah.
Those veneers are gonna have to get replaced.
But we have money to do it because veneers have money.
All right.
We're living large.
White pants have money.
No.
They're white.
White pants are from 579 or whatever. You know that store? Did you go there as a teenager? Really?
No.
Oh.
579.
Wet Seal? What's a reference
Wet
point
Seal.
you guys will get?
What's the
Sure.
PacSun?
Oh, I just mean you got to be buying a lot of them because they'll get dirty.
They get dirty so
quickly. Yeah. Well, I think that really concludes this episode. Thank you guys for listening.
It's been so fun.
See you next time. Bye.
Let's take a break. Give me one of those juicy gushers.
Oh, yeah. This episode is brought to you by the Juicy Gusher.
Guys, I found these juicy nerds at the store and I went, how fun would that be to eat on a podcast?
I like how we call them Juicy Gushers. Why did we make it gross?
So sorry. I've actually been watching too much Heated Rivalry.
Wow, I can't wait to find out what sex position that is.
Juicy gushers.
Juicy gushers. So Nerds has the gummy clusters, which I think are perfect pieces of candy. Now they've pumped them. Now they've pumped them with juice.
This is actually like season 5 Carl when he's all puffy.
Yeah, right. It's
That's what this
symbolic.
represents.
Sorry. Didn't get that from me.
No, do the ASMR in there. For the freaks.
For the freaks.
Do you want one?
I hate them.
She doesn't like them. I think they're fine.
They're not as juicy as I wanted them to be. I wanted them to be a gusher.
Oh.
She said gusher and she
don't
went,
be-
I'm
I
ready.
think they're too wet for
Both
me.
went.
Yeah, I think they're too wet.
Can I?
Well, no,
really?
you know what? I think they're not wet enough.
Oh, wow, you really went full circle.
I'm saying, you're going to call yourself juicy? Be juiced.
Or nothing.
Yeah. You put 5 in your mouth.
And Maddie's just squeezing them onto her tongue.
Like a lime wedge, just like, please.
Yeah, like a lime wedge. That's exactly what I was envisioning.
Like
What?
my hands are dry.
Like a dick.
Oh.
That's what I
You're
was
squeezing a
envisioning.
dick?
Like,
Get on camera and do it.
I will not.
Get on cam.
I will not have that clip.
but your hands are black balls.